Hey everyone, this is Doug Jackson here from Vintage Game Crazy Video Games. Wanted to do a quick video to answer some questions for people. I've gotten asked before, being regards to video game console prices and game prices and, kind of where they're coming from or why I'm higher than other places. And I guess my biggest question is why aren't my prices actually higher? And the truth is I try to keep them relatively low. If you look them up online on eBay or Amazon or other places, you'll find that they're actually quite a bit higher than mine. And I try to keep them, reasonable so that people enjoy coming here and don't feel like they're paying full price for everything. But I wanted to take a quick video of my repair shop that I've built in my basement that takes up about a third of the basement now. And first shot here, you can kind of just see my almost kind of goofy, eccentric decoration here of just late 80s and early 90s memorabilia. This is my computer. It's actually a really old computer. It's about 18 years old. It's an old server. It still works pretty well, but it obviously is in need of a replacement since it's getting pretty outdated. But also I have a pretty nice turntable. One of my other hobbies is collecting Christian rock records, and I do a lot of converting to digital. This is a Project 1 DR331. Relatively high-end turntable, and it sounds like it too. It's excellent. Here's a Carver preamp, and I even have a record cleaning machine here. So something down the road I may offer is vinyl to digital conversion for people. Right now I'm just doing it for myself, but it may become something later on. Again, here you can see I have a Bozo Circus sign and something from McDonald's here, the Funny Five Friends. I have a pretty nice little toolbox full of all kinds of hand tools I use for repair. A nice worn out office chair. I keep a laptop here for watching videos for tutorials or for guides or with blueprints or diagrams. Here's a TV I use just for testing everything. It's old enough that it's got just about every hookup on it I need to test everything. For the size, it's about a little 19-inch. Something I'm working on getting into here is doing major motherboard work on newer systems. This is a very cheap preheating station. I'm trying to learn how to use it for PlayStation 3 yellow light of death repair with the NEC token capacitors. I'm not there yet, and I don't offer the service, and I haven't sold any of these yet. I'm practicing with it, I'm learning. But hopefully it's something I can offer in the future once I get some more experience with it. Again, this is my, if I zoom out a little bit, this is my workbench. 6-foot wide table. I don't have a fancy bench. You can see there's an Atari 2600 that I just repaired. I have to put back together once I clean the case up. Just a bunch of shelves on the wall full of all kinds of supplies. Here you can see a whole lot more soldering equipment, magnifying glasses, helping hands, a small screwdriver that I use for taking everything apart, and some cleaning supplies. Small soldering workstation with hot air and a hot plate, and a soldering iron, with interchangeable tips. I use this constantly, more than almost anything else. I also have another very heavy-duty soldering iron I use for case work, and this is a older Hacko desoldering iron, which gets used almost all the time, and I have several different size tips for this that work really well. Over here you can see I have a Ratfink sign and a Star Wars sign. Keep an air compressor, you always got to have. This is still a work in progress. I haven't got some of the trim on the door here yet. Also have another wall to build. Here's some more decorations. This, one of my friends found me in a thrift shop, and it works. It needs a little bit of repair, but not much. The base is a little loose. This is a motherboard microscope, and it's an old CRT. They do make flat screens. They are about $1,000 or $1,200 new, which is just a little out of my price range at the moment. But I can zoom in real far and do very fine motherboard work with this, and I've used it several times and very successfully. So it was honestly a phenomenal find at a Goodwill of all places. I do carry an extensive supply of parts. This is all bins and bins and bins of power supplies, Wii sensors, controllers. Down here, this is just drawers full of various power supplies and AV cords. I've got all kinds of stuff, even stuff like for a Jaguar or for a JVC XI. If we come on over here, this is a large shelf it's just full of supplies. There's an old Coleco Atom that died, and I have no idea what's wrong with it. May have to send that to somebody who really knows these systems, because they are very complicated to work on. Tons of just replacement CD cases. I keep all that stuff on hand so people aren't buying cracked up jewel case games all the time. Just some extra stuff here. This another thing I purchased relatively recently is an RTI disc check. What this does is, excluding Nintendo stuff and Microsoft systems, I can do all Sony, all DVD based and all CD. Anytime I get a higher end game that has any kind of blemishes, label scratches, or minor scratches that I can't buff out, this can scan them and tell me if it's any good. So very handy to have. Again, not a ton of use, but when it needs to be used, it's a lifesaver, because it can tell me when I have a $100 game with some flaws on it, if it's any good or not. So here is an Echo Senior 2. This is my disc resurfacing machine. I can bring up the screen here. It's all touchscreen. It's fully automatic. It is the highest end one. Echo, or Elm, I should say. Elm is the company that designed it. Echo is the brand name. This is the highest one they made that was a single disc only. After that, they go to multi-disc. And this has interchangeable pads. I can do Blu-ray, and I can do real heavy sanding. Everything's automatic. This is a lifesaver. I paid quite a bit for this, but most every disc I get is very scratched, so this takes care of 99% of all of them with no issues. So this is money well spent, and again, these are very expensive to buy new. So moving on over here is extra game systems that are working, ready to sell, but just overstock. This is just other stuff that's, some other parts, some real old computer monitors, a couple of old computers, and some old TVs that are need to be tested. Don't have all the stuff to test them. Right in the middle here, this is my shrink wrap machine. I keep that for keeping all the consoles neat and tidy, and this is just a table I use for testing and sorting. Over here I have an assortment of older TVs. This is an old 1970s black and white with the old twin lead coax on it. For I can test a lot of old stuff with it. This is an old monitor for from the Atari computer and Commodore era. This is a late 80s TV that's got a lot of fine-tuned adjustments in it for systems that just don't work good on other CRT TVs. This can bring in. The last one that's been moved here, I also carry a Hitachi multi-system TV that I luckily found on Craigslist many years ago, and it works phenomenally. I can test stuff from all over the world. 99% of stuff will work on this TV. I can test PAL systems, I can repair them that way, I can play them, I can enjoy them, so money well spent. Again, more bins of just controllers and parts. This shelf had part of my personal collection on it. It's gotten emptied out now because I'm starting an extensive electrical project, which my electrician said he's going to be on this Wednesday, and they're rewiring my entire basement and my kitchen and the new run to my garage, so there's days and days of work here. So kind of getting ready for that. If you come over here, this is just an outside door from the basement. This is actually a shelf I keep full of game systems that need to be repaired, and some of them, like Xbox 360s, I get more of them in than I sell. They sell, but I seem to, every time I get a trade in, I get one of these, and they're just sitting here. Bunch of PlayStation 3s on the bottom, and an old computer. I even get some pretty exotic stuff here. And you can see this is a Bandai Palladium. It's a original PlayStation era 32-bit game system not released around here, and I needed to order a new laser for it. There's an old Intellivision back there, Dreamcast, ColecoVision. And even if you go up here, I have a Cybeco and a Dina 2-in-1 with an old broken turntable. So this just gives you an idea of some of the extensive stuff I can get into repairing. I try to do just about everything. I don't like to turn stuff down, and I'm always trying to learn new stuff so that it diversifies me and I can offer more stuff to customers and reasons for people to stop in, and also just enjoyment. Over here is just a rack full of parts. These are just about all these systems are dead and are ones I got parts out, but I keep a extensive parts shelf. So, and this is just bins and bins and bins of small connectors and parts. Over here I also carry a ton of PC games. This is all overstock, and it's all big box. you know, this goes out as they sell, and you know, I do also do some board games. So over here, this is a wall that just hasn't gotten built yet. That's part of my game room with some arcades, and you know, a lot of stuff's not finished. You see, I don't have a door on the furnace. This is still a work in progress. Here you can see some more just memorabilia I have hung on the walls. So here you can see the cat, and just some more stuff I have down here. I have a whole bunch of Timex 1000s that I'll go through and eventually sell some of them too. So I just wanted to clarify any questions people had, or you know, reasons why they question me for, hey, your prices are a little higher than normal, or you know, do you really know how to repair this stuff? Does it work? You know, I get asked that all the time when I have signs on the store wall, the glass cases saying everything has a warranty and has been repaired, and they still ask me if stuff works. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. Shoot me a message on Facebook or shoot me a message through text. And you know, if you have any other repair inquiries or just general questions, reach out to me and I'll do my best to answer them for you. But thank you, everybody, and have a good one.